Not the result you wanted, but a tough test.
Yeah, they're a very good team. The kind of matchup that I think will come across in the World Cup. Very disciplined, had a great defensive block, hard to break down. Did test for us, not the end of the world. We've had good preparation and we'll have more.
What didn't quite click?
I think they were just really disciplined in the block. It was hard to break down. They're always difficult games. They had one counter attack and scored. They're the hardest games to play in. We just couldn't get it up.
It felt from the outside a bit of a strange camp. And I said that to Jordan Pickford, with the players joining up late and a big squad, 35 players involved, lots of withdrawals because of injuries and that sort of thing. Jordan Pickford said, nah, that's what we expect really. What was your view from inside? Did it feel a bit different?
Not really, to be honest, because on the days off, you can't just away from it. You're mentally sort of checked out, you're enjoying it with your family. Once you're back on camp, you're right back to it. It's intense, you're right back into the training. It's just camp as normal from there.
Did you need the break? Did it actually help you having a few days off?
I think so. Can't remember the last days off I had, to be honest, with the Champions League, with the Cups. We had quite long cup runs. So I definitely needed days off. I'm very grateful for the manager for that.
But the thing is as well, I guess there was a part of you thinking, I want to be there, I want to try and impress because I'm still trying to get a seat on the plate.
Of course, I don't like to miss any caps. I think getting England caps means the world to me. So listen, the first game, obviously quite typical, but you've got to see it from the bigger picture. He's very, very smart, very intelligent, the manager, and he thought that was what was best.
You've been in this situation before, building up to a tournament. That was the final game before Thomas Tuchel has to name his World Cup squad. Does that put pressure on you? Do you feel emotionally kind of coping with that expectation and the huge desire you've got to go to the World Cup?
I think he's seen enough of everyone by now. I think he's going to make his squad based on the past couple of months, not this game. Like I said, it was a great test. It wasn't ideal. We would have loved to win and perform a little bit better, but like I said, it's not the end of the world. He's got a lot of film to watch us on. He's got a lot of gains, and yeah, we've done all right so far under him, and he'll go off them games.
Last one from me. The concern, I guess, from the fans' perspective is England have played 3 sides in the top 20 of the FIFA rankings, not beaten any of them. You take Senegal, you take Uruguay, you take this one. Is that a concern from the players' perspective?
I don't think so. I think when the pressure's on, when it matters most in that big game in the World Cup, that's what's going to be important. We'll be ready for that.
Anthony, a few weeks left of the season and obviously a lot to play for. Is that going to help you going into the rest of the season on the back of a good performance?
Yeah, I think so, because there's still so much to play for all the lads. You've got to focus on club football now. If you look too far ahead, if you're thinking about the World Cup right now, it's probably going to hinder you at some point. You've got to keep your form up. We've got to keep performing. You've got to stay healthy, most of all.
And what's Newcastle's ambitions now for the rest of the season? Trying to make those European places?
I think so. I think we can get in mathematically. So, listen, we're out the Champions League, we're out the Cups. We've got weeks to train, which is usually how we do best. Hopefully we can push.
Jordan, I know what you hate losing.
I know.
Talk me through it.
Yeah, tough. I hate losing. I think we all hate losing, but it's part of football. You can't win them all. And yeah, it was a good game, good test against a top side. And I think their records, lost 1 in 17. So we knew what we were coming into in small moments to find games, and it's a good experience, ready for the tournament come the summer.
Does it knock confidence at all?
No, we know what we are. We know what we are as England, and we know when we get a prep camp in Miami, we know we're gonna be on it, and the boss is gonna push us, and we'll be ready for the tournament.
Lots of changes in this camp, and we knew that was going to happen beforehand. You didn't get involved in the first match. Lots of players joining in the second time. Did that make it a little bit difficult, maybe a little bit disjointed at times?
No, I think over the history, over the years, I think March was always a tough camp. Lads playing a lot of games and carrying niggles, and I think the manager will probably speak, but I think as long as we're ready for the summer, that's the main objective. Ideally, we want everyone together, which we've managed to do, whether they've played or not. We've had the group together, and new faces, same faces, so we've all gelled well. We've had a good week. Performances on the pitch, not getting the victory in both games, getting a draw against Uruguay, I thought we were unfortunate. But yeah, we've had a good week together, and we're going to improve, and we're going to be ready for the summer. My
slight concern is that you played top 20 opposition 3 times now under Thomas Tuchel. 2 defeats and 1 draw. You're taking Senegal, you're taking Uruguay, and this one. Mm-hmm. Those are the games that are going to really test you. Those are what you're going to be judged on when you get to the World Cup, isn't it? Because we hope you're going to be in the latter stages. You expect to be in the latter stages. So is there any concern there? No, not at all for me. It's this happens. It's happened before World Cups, before Euros. We'll go then.
the media will ramp it up and say put pressure, but we've always excelled in tournaments and it always matters. You know, we want to win every game we play in England. Me especially, I hate losing. I think it's my first goal I've conceded for so long for England, so that hurts. But what matters is what happens in the World Cup, and that's our dream, and that's what we've got to work to achieve to become the best team in the world with an England shirt on.
Yeah, tough game. Knew it was going to be. They were a really well organised, well drilled side, and it was going to take, you know, giving the ball away a couple of times. You know, you had to kind of force it to make those mistakes. But a lot to learn from in two of the games that we've played against real high quality opposition that have been different tests in both ways. But I think good tests.
Does it feel it's been a bit of a strange camp with the guys coming in second and the split camp and people having to wait their time for an opportunity, yourself included?
No, I don't think it's been a strange camp. So I think since I've been involved with England and the players have created this a really positive, real good energy kind of camp, and there's a lot of players that came in for the first time to impress, and they came in and fitted in really well. So I think it goes to show the quality of the group. Like I said, only since I've been involved I can speak of it. It's been I go back to when I first was involved, which a few years ago now, but it was really welcoming, really easy to step into, and it's the same for other players coming in as well, having their opportunity, and you have to make everyone hit the ground running straight away because they're here for a reason. So I don't think it was strange. It was probably strange from the outside looking, saying people coming in at different times, but for us it was nothing different for us.